We're just going to wait for some other people to join here. And while I figure out these controls. So it's first time going live here. We'll begin in just a minute with the information session. What do we got? 6 people here so far? Cool. All right. And I want to see, can somebody just test out the chat? Drop something in just to make sure it works. And then we'll get started here. All right, so real quick to kick it off, David Jones here with 214 Consultants. So this is for disabled veterans. So if you are a disabled veteran and you want to be an entrepreneur, there's a VA program here that pays up to $50,000 to help you start your own business. So if that sounds interesting, stick around because we're going to cover here today what the VR&E program is, how it relates to the post 9/11 GI Bill, what qualifies you for the program, what are some of the common pushbacks that a lot of people get trying to go through this program, what they pay for, and just as importantly, what they don't pay for, the process itself and a general time frame for most people, what it would cost, what it would take rather. And at the end, I'm going to go over some resources that will be of no cost to you on how to apply for it, how to prepare for your first VR&E interview, which is very critical, how to get help with the business plan itself, which we'll cover more in detail in this information session, and how to get 12 months of business consulting thrown in that the VA will pay for you. And then we're going to cover some frequently asked questions. So real quick here, just a quick background of myself. So I'm a retired Army guy, retired back in 2019. Over the last 21 years, I've launched 9 different companies. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've been in your shoes before. So I actually went through the VR&E program back when it was called Voc Rehab. And I had a lot of difficulty trying to fight through to get through the program. And for the last 6 or so years, I've been working with the Veterans Business Outreach Center, or VBOX. I work in the one in the New England area, but there's 31 chapters that cover across the country. No 2 are really alike, but we work off grants. And lately, I've been having a lot of my clients. So I've worked with hundreds of veteran business owners to help them start, grow, and exit their businesses. And recently, we've been getting a lot of influx for people trying to go through the self-employment track for the VR&E program. And they've been seeing a lot of difficulty just with the VA trying to manage the program itself. It's not a program that they're very comfortable managing, the case managers are. So they rely on us to help navigate the process. And as I'm going through and helping these people, I realize that there's just a huge pain point and a huge disconnect between the VA and the resources that are available to make this program go through. So I do want to just say, as a quick disclaimer here, so I'm here not on behalf of the VA. I am not here on behalf of the Veterans Business Outreach Centers or the Small Business Administration. I'm here just giving you my insight onto this program, how I've used it, how I've had my clients use it, and just giving you some more information. So 1, you're knowledgeable about it. 2, you understand the resources available to you. And 3, really how to leverage the program to help get you into entrepreneurship. So my quick journey to try to get into it 10 years ago was I had used my post 9/11 GI Bill to get some of my business degrees, and then I tried to launch a business. And when I went to the VR&E program, they basically told me no right out of the gate for saying that I wasn't qualified. And I had to go back to the regulation to show them, yes, I actually am qualified. Then they said, well, you can't do it because you need a business plan. And I said, no, I have a business plan. And then they said, well, your business plan has to be vetted by the Small Business Administration. I said, it is vetted by the Small Business Administration. So they just kept kicking it back, trying to tell me I'm not qualified for the program. And there's reasons for this, and I'm going to get into what they are. But, I went through that, and I know if I was going through it, I know other people have gone through it, and I've seen this happen for the last couple of years, this continuous theme of going through it. So I just want to get some information out there to help prepare you a little bit better here. And another reason was one of my clients, she'd been trying to go through this program for almost 3 years, and it was just the perfect storm of the case manager had no idea how to handle this track. She had no idea how to write a business plan. They didn't realize what resources they need to get it approved, and it just dragged on for 3 years. So by the time I got involved with it, just a few months later, the plan was approved and everything was moving forward. So realizing that if I can help her, I can help other people out there as well. So just quick about the VR&E program. So this has nothing to do with the GI Bill. So if you've been eligible for the GI Bill, if you've exhausted your GI Bill, doesn't matter. If you're a disabled veteran with any sort of a rating here at this point, literally, you could be eligible for the VR&E program. And I'm going to give resources to links to, exactly what can qualify for it. But really, that's what it comes down to, right? So there's 5 different employment tracks with VR&E, and most of them are education-based, either vocational training, traditional education to send you back to college, maybe some sort of hands-on work or placement within a company or something like that, reemployment services. That's what most of them are for. This has nothing to do with that. This has to do with if you want to start your own business and be your own boss and be self-employed, this is the track for you. Now, this only represents about 0.7, so less than 1% of all the tracks approved for VR&E, and I'm going to explain why that is here in a minute. So some of the basic qualifications. So you have to have an employment barrier or a handicapped, right? You have to be enrolled in VR&E. Yeah, that one's pretty obvious. And you have to have a service connection disability that makes it hard for you to prepare for, obtain, and maintain suitable employment. So basically a job that doesn't interfere with your disability, makes it worse, or doesn't work for any other reason regarding that. All right. So the main reason why this program doesn't get approved is that, one, the counselors there, at no fault of their own, they have 6 years of education, and they have a vocational rehab training, like actual training through their education path. Most of them, not any of the ones I've ever met, have any sort of business degree. And they don't know how to read business plans. They don't know how to give business advice, and they don't know what would make a plan feasible. So that's why they rely on the Small Business Administration to help out with this. Now, with that being said, that they're also overworked. So their caseload is supposed to be under 100 or so clients, depending on where they are, right? Most of the counselors I talk to have a caseload close to well over 100 to 150 clients. So they just don't have the time. The self-employment track takes more hands-on for them. Not only is it a more cumbersome process that they don't understand, even their supervisors typically don't understand this in most cases, but there's a lot more hands-on work that has to be done. Again, working with a small business administration or affiliate, VBOC, or another representative that qualifies, like a SCORE mentor or something like that, to make sure the plans are feasible. But then they have to do like 12 months of follow-up work with you too. And they have to meet every single month with you to track you after you've launched your business. Whereas the other side, if they send you on the education route, they only have to follow up like once a quarter with you just to make sure you're still enrolled and things are good. So it's a much heavier lift for them. It's much more confusing for them. And again, they don't know how to do it. There's a part of the process that has to do with your business plan itself getting reviewed and then going in front of a panel. And sometimes they don't even know how to set those panels up. So usually when I see a veteran go through the program, they're usually just told no out of the gate, or they're trying to get sold on another program. So this is why it really helps to have somebody in your corner that understands the process, that can literally make the lift a lot lighter for the counselor itself. And that way the counselor is less apt to say no to you starting this. All right. So I think we covered most of that stuff. So what they pay and don't pay for. So this is a big one, and a lot of misconception happens here. So what they don't pay for, we'll just start with that. So anything that's vehicle related, anything that can go on the road, anything that can transport you or your family. Even if you said, oh, I want to start a roll-off dumpster business or something like that, and it's a work truck. They don't care if it's a work truck. They can't do any vehicles that can transport you or your family. Now, I have a client that just got approved. He wanted to start a trash bin cleaning business. Now, they wouldn't buy the vehicle itself, so he financed the vehicle, but they bought the trailer that's required for it. And this is an expensive trailer. So they're buying the trailer for it and all the startup equipment needed for that, because it's not a vehicle, it's a trailer, it qualifies. They cannot do real estate. So they will not pay for your rental. If you have a commercial lease or something like that, they won't help you buy the building itself. You're going to have to find another way to pay for that. They won't do that. Now, I have another client that wanted to start a home business as a florist, making floral bouquets and stuff like that. And in order to do so, she needed a greenhouse. So they were able to buy the greenhouse for her to be able to grow all the plants, to extend her season, to make the business more viable, and also a shed to hold all the tools and some of the basic shed and tooling equipment needed for that to help start the business, as well as inventory, seeds, planter pots, and stuff like that. So there are some things that they can buy that are physical things that house things, as long as it's not like a commercial office or something like that. Now, what you can definitely do, training services, software, licensing, equipment, supplies, inventory, tools, all these things can be covered with the startup costs. And I said it was up to $50,000. That's what they can approve in the office right there. So the easiest path is to keep it under 50,000 for your startup costs. You can go above that. I've had clients that have gone up and over $100,000 before, but then it goes down to DC for review. And when it goes down to DC, your business plan gets scrutinized much more in depth. It has to be much more professionally written and well done without any holes in it. And the process takes a lot longer if it goes down that route. That's why I say 50,000 is kind of the sweet spot to keep it under that. So the process itself is fairly easy. That's what I made the picture on. You start the application for the VR&E process. They'll do some sort of assessment tools for you. You get into the office, you meet with your counselor the first time, and this is one of the most critical things, to be able to sell yourself to the VR&E counselor. Because if you don't sell yourself to the counselor, they could just tell you no right out of the gate, like you don't qualify, or that business doesn't sound like a good thing, or it's not going to work with your disability. And that's where most people get turned down right there. Or they just get turned down because the counselor is overworked and they're just telling them no, hoping they walk away. So it's good to go in there knowing what you are qualified for and fight for it and appeal it if you need to, for sure. Now, once that happens, you're going to have to build your business plan, like a legitimate business plan. And it is going to have to get vetted by an SBA or an SBA partner. So a Veterans Business Outreach Center, like I said, there's 31 chapters across the country that might be able to help with this. They're not all alike. I mean, what we have set up here in New England is very well formatted to do something like this. But I wanted to make sure that there's available things for people outside of New England as well, so we can help veterans out there. There's a lot of veterans that could use this support out there. So again, that's the reason why I'm doing this stuff. And then once you finish a business plan, it gets approved for feasibility. It has to get reviewed by that counterpart. Most offices require a panel. They call it an SEP. But it's a review panel of specialists that sit down and talk through your business, again, just to make sure it's feasible and make sure it doesn't go against your disability. And once it's approved, then the funding can start to get released. They will pay your vendors directly. They don't pay you the cash. You're not going to get operating capital. You can't say, I need 20 grand in cash to pay me a salary while I'm doing this. They will only pay for supplies, equipment, tooling, and things to get you going, to help you make your own money. And then the money you make in your business will help you grow and continue your business. So, I mean, that's the biggest stuff. So some of the other frequently asked questions here is, what if I'm already in business? Actually, my own brother asked me this one today. So I'll give you an example. So I had one of my clients had a t-shirt printing company, and his equipment broke down. So he had a little side hustle, and it started to get going, but he didn't have the proper, it fried. And then he decided that he was going to go back to VR&E for the equipment itself and buy a true commercial piece of equipment so he could launch the business at that point. They liked the fact that he already had experience doing it. They want to see that you have some sort of advantage to getting into that sort of business, some background in it, whether it's civilian, military, doesn't matter, some experience in it. The fact that he had experience made him approve it a little bit faster. And he was able to relaunch the business with the proper equipment and start to get going. So you can kind of expand your business, relaunch your business, or in the case if you had like a little side hobby that you were doing, but you were also working, but your job is for some reason not working, like it goes against your disability and you can't continue to do that job and you need your side hustle to become your full source of employment, VR&E self-employment track might be able to do that for you. Okay. One thing with the self-employment track versus the other track, as far as the stipend goes, people ask, what could you get for a potential housing stipend for this? There is no housing stipend related to the self-employment track. So I just want to be clear about that, as opposed to like, if you go the education route, like when they sent me back to get my master's degree in business, they paid me my housing stipend and paid for school. So there is no stipend if you go this route. And how long does it take? So it really depends on the office. It depends on how quickly the veteran itself is able to put together the business plan, how quickly he or she can get that business plan vetted, and how quickly they can put the panels together, the review panels in place, making sure that there's no miscommunication or something like that. It can be as little as a few months between application, first initial thing, knocking out your business plan, having the review panel, and it could be as long as 3 years I've seen if the people have no idea what they're doing. So, and anything in between. So having somebody that is in your corner that understands this, that can help prepare you and get ready for that interview can definitely speed things up for you for sure. So what we're going to offer here is a link. So I can drop it in the chat. And basically, there's a platform on a community. It's called the School Community, SKOOL. And I have a veteran business community there where we offer a bunch of free trainings for businesses to get launched, and then other trainings and courses for like how to build business credit, how to sell to the government, and a bunch of other things. But in there, we're going to start a live cohort that's going to meet on a regular basis. That's going to give you all the resources and tools you need. It's going to be a free source. So when I give you the link, all you need to do is go on there, sign up for the school community. There's like 70,000 communities there. But I'm going to give you the link to ours. Sign up there. There's going to be 3 questions that they ask you. The first one is, are you currently making any money, or what's your first goal? Are you looking to make your first dollar revenue or break 100,000 in revenue? Your second one is, are you a legitimate business? Like, are you already formed with the Secretary of the State? Do you have a business structure yet? And the third one is, do you want to sign up for like one-on-one consultation, or do you have a coupon code? So your coupon code to get into that cohort class is just simply going to be VRE. Just type in Victor Romeo Echo in that third question for that coupon code, and I'll see that and I'll approve the profile and I'll pull you and give you access to that class with the resources I'm going to put there and the links to all the trainings that we're going to do. And we'll help you get started on your business plan, get ready for that first interview, and give you everything that you're going to need to get into the VR&E program in your area. With that said, I'm going to open it up to questions. I don't know if there's anything I have to do here to add questions, but while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to drop in the community link here for everybody. And I am going to try to record this. I'll probably do more of these. I just want to test this one the first time here to see how everything went. But hold on one second. Let me see if this works in the chat, if I can drop it in there. All right, so it's in the chat right now. It's live for everybody. Again, if you're watching it on video, I'll also maybe drop a link like in one of the comments to the post that sent you to this live chat. And then, yeah, I'll stay on for a minute here, see if anybody has any more questions. If not, just stay profitable, and we'll definitely catch you on the next one. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. We got Insta. We got a couple other sites there. But I just want to leave it open here for a few. If I don't see anything, I'll close it out here, and then we'll get going. All right. Hope everybody had a good week. Wasn't sure if Friday would be a good time to do this here or not, but figured what the hell, good way to close out the week, and that'll give me the weekend to answer any questions or deal with anybody onboarding in the community itself. So hopefully the chat's turned on, because I honestly don't know if it is or not. So, yeah, maybe there's maybe I missed something with the chat too. So if I did, apologize. This is my first time using the live feature here. So I'll double check to make sure if there's nothing else I had to do. But other than that, You got the link to our school community. Again, answer the 3 questions. Where it asks for your code in the third questions, type in VR&E. I'll know that you're trying to get into the cohort. We'll pull you into the cohort, give you all the resources you need. And again, the biggest thing that we want to do is be able to knock out any of those things that become hurdles for the counselors, to make sure that we're the ones that go in there and help them set up the review panel boards, help them look at the feasibility of the business plan, making sure that everything goes smoothly, and make sure that you get the follow-up training that you're going to need as a small business owner to really grow and be successful in your first year is always the hope. So that's it. If there's no more questions, we're probably going to end it here. Other than that, I hope to see you. Follow us on YouTube. I probably have like 100 or so videos, close to 100 videos out there right now on small businesses. If you need to reach out to me, you can do it there or find me on LinkedIn. Simply David Jones 214 is the best way to find me. And then you'll see it there. All right, everybody. Good talking to you. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye now.